right, welcome back to the Knives Fast channel, guys. It is time for a look at a bunch of knives. And since it's the end of 2024, we are going to show you a look at my thoughts on knives of the year for 2024. Now, some rules, and let's just put a knife out here to look at. This is not a knife of the year. We're just going to put a knife out here because everybody says you're talking too much and there's not a knife. So that is the Tempest Microjet. And I don't usually do one of my own knives in the knife of the year. We'll see if that happens, though. Anyway, so what we're going to do is, number one, it has to be a knife that I actually have in hand. So if you don't see a knife, it's probably because I didn't have that knife here. I want to show the knife. So it's a knife that actually stuck around or came back or whatever it is, okay? And you know what? It's my channel. So this is my categories, my rules, and they're probably not going to completely match up with what you think the knives of the year are, which is why I'm glad there's so many other channels, because it gives you a chance to see what everybody else thinks. But for me, this is it. And guys, the slam dunk of this entire video is in my hand. This is the budget, the absolute budget knife of the year, okay? That's what's in my hand right here. And there's just no brainer here, okay? This is the CJRB Pyrite Light. I actually have two of them here, but we'll just get this one out. The Pyrite Light comes in a bunch of different flavors now, $30 on Amazon, okay? It is FRN, so yeah, you may or may not like FRN. It is a button lock. You may not like button locks, but because it's a thumb stud, its action is great even without a detent. This is fantastic. It's on bearings, AR RPM 9 for the steel. We have a worn cliff blade, so a great worker, great contoured, by the way, handle scales, and you have a place to choke up. This is a no-brainer. Okay, it just is. And if you want to argue for the budget knife of the year, I'll listen to you, but it's going to be hard. This is the under 50, if you will, budget knife of the year. Now, I am going to give kind of a mid-range price budget knife, not budget knife, knife of the year. And this one, to me, I can't even remember the price, but I'm going to say it's around $150, and this is just an absolute no-brainer as well. This is the Kershaw Bel Air. This is the best Kershaw knife as far as just a general folder. Again, the live wire makes a case for itself as far as maybe the best and the best-selling Kershaw knife of all time, but this to me is the best just standard locking Kershaw knife. It is, again, it's a spring-loaded knife, so you guys are like, Casey picked a second spring-loaded knife in his knives of the year, but it is, the spring is dialed, the studs are in the right place, it's made in the USA, it's MagnaCut. I mean, I'm not sure how you can do much better than this guy. It's aluminum, it's MagnaCut, it is very thin, slicey. It is a great worker. It is a great EDC knife. It is just very, very nicely done by Kershaw. All right, now I've got a little predicament here. So I'm actually going to, look, I said it's my video and I get to make the rules. So we're going to actually have two premium budget knives of the year, okay? I know that's weird, but we're going to do it this way. And we're going to call this the traditional style premium budget knife of the year. Guys, I'm not kidding. This is the best Jack Wolf locking folder. This is the Bionic Jack, and it is my favorite Jack Wolf, okay? Polished bolsters, frost fat carbon. You have this S90V clip point blade with the hand satin, the classiest, coolest looking. Yeah, I mean, this is just fantastic. Easily middle finger flickable. You don't even have to be in the slot. You can just be on the grind. The action is ridiculous. It is a thin, hollow ground slicer. Fantastic knife, guys. I love this. Now, The next one is my overall premium budget knife of the year. And it was a knife that made me break my own rule, okay? I don't buy knives that I already reviewed, but I went back and bought the Katuo made carbon buckhorn, designed by Ken Onion. This is fantastic. And I've heard a lot of people, it's not really my jam, or it's not. Okay, I'm not sure what your jam is, but this is my jam, okay? So we have look at this. You just don't get this in a folder these days. You get this gorgeous milling all over the place. You get a palm swell both this way and this way, and it just fits my hand perfect. I go from this point to this point. I fit absolutely perfectly. I got jimping right here. I have this kind of wacky sheep's footy blade that cuts like nobody's business with a swedge to bring the material out like this. You have a flipper tab, and you have thumb studs, and the thumb studs are contoured to meet your thumb, okay? I don't know what your jam is, but this is a jammy jam right here. This thing is awesome. Not reversible clip. Yeah, I would have made it reversible, but that's just me. You do have a very nice backspacer with a lanyard hole. Just an absolutely magnificently beautiful knife, in my opinion, and a great ergonomic knife with, by the way, lock bar access, so that we can actually use the knife. So really cool. Let's do slip joints next. Now, guys, the budget slip joint, or even mid-range, or whatever you want to call it, slip joint maker, a designer of the year has to be Andy Armstrong and Rosecraft, and this is my favorite of the bunch. I did have a wrestling match because there's so many good ones, but the Nunchucky Jack is by far the best Rosecraft. It just is. And the budget or mid-range slip joint of the year. Guys, I got to tell you, if you're a case fan, I don't see cases that look like this, that are made like this, that are finished and fit and designed like this. Okay, you may be used to, but anymore, Rosecraft Blades has surpassed Case, and he's selling these around $60 most of the time. And this is his beautiful vintage brown, moss brown bone, and just a fantastic knife. The Nunchucky Jack, and it's a great size for me. Fits my hand wonderfully, contoured on the bone, and a beautiful D2 blade. Got to love what Andy's doing. Got my slip here. Good to go. Now, my premium slip joint of the year, I mean, just happened. Literally just happened, and it's a no-brainer, okay? This is my second favorite Jack Wolf knife now, right behind that Bionic. This is the Big Bro Jack in white bone, polished bolsters again, hand rubbed satin S90V, thin blade, and the best walk and talk I have ever experienced on a slip joint. Period. End of story. Just is. And again, you know, you can have your own debate about this, but that's what I have in there. If I were to, by the way, and I did forget this, so let's pause for just a moment here, and let's do one thing, okay? Because I did forget that's premium, and we did a budget, so let's get a mid-range. And I almost forgot. I cannot believe I did that. This is, I just added a knife to the video. Can you do that? I mean, it's my rules, so yeah. Okay, this is the Appalachian Ridge Runner from traditionalpocketknives.com, C. Reisner Cutlery. And yeah, this is the mid-range. And again, I think these were around 200, but there was a 10% off code. So that brings it down kind of in that mid-range when you consider Jack Wolf is 300. These are under 200. This is a fantastic big boy slip joint. And so, yeah, I would definitely put that right there. And again, phosphat carbon. Again, there we go. All right, let's move some stuff out of the way. Now, this last category is where things get a little sticky, okay? So we're going to start with the premium EDC fixed blade of the year, and that is the Griffin X Series fixed blade. This is fantastic. It is made by Riot. It has got this Damascus, but he made it in a ton of different steels. I mean, ton of different handle materials. Magna cut steel, perfect EDC size, taco style sheath that fits magnificently. I changed it to a soft loop because that's what I prefer. Great hollow ground slicer. Yes, $340. I get it. Most people have said I would never spend that much on a fixed blade. I did, and I love this. This is absolutely just a killer EDC fixed blade, okay? So that's the first fixed blade. Now, my budget fixed blade of the year has kind of an asterisk, okay? This is the Kaiser Smolt. Again, I usually carry this one with the soft loop. I had to move it to something else, and I'm out of soft loops right now. But this is the Kaiser Smolt. This is a fantastic neutral-handled G10, two flavors of G10 with some great milling. Wow, Casey. Is that micarta? That's micarta. Micarta and G10, I'm sorry. And this is in 3V, and this is a fantastic little EDC knife at a budget price. You get the sandwich style kind of sheath, and again, I usually carry it with a soft loop like the other one. Great size, 4-finger knife, very affordable, very nicely done. But the asterisk is, if this wasn't the Knives Fast channel, and if I wasn't KC, the designer of Tempest Knives, the budget knife of the year would be and should be the Tempest Knives designed Kubi Dust Devil. Okay, I didn't feel like it was fair, but guys, I also would be remiss not to talk about how well Kubi translated this design into a fixed blade. Now, again, we have a sandwich style sheath, same thing, loop over, came in 4 flavors, may come in more down the road. This to me is the easy peasy. And again, you have the added advantage over the Smolt of having this really nice contouring to your hand, great fit, different style blade than you see. I mean, this is a beautiful drop point, of course, but in this case, you have this great style with a lower tip, of course, a more usable knife, in my opinion. But again, in the interest of fairness, since this is the Knives Fast channel, and I am KC of Tempest Knives, and this knife was designed by me and made by Kubi, I will mildly withdraw the Dust Devil and make this guy the budget fixed blade of the year. So let's get these all back out on the screen here. Fixed blades up here, okay? Here, we're going to put the Dust Devil there too. I know. You can yell at me later. It's okay. Like I said, I make the rules, which is, that's a good thing. It's enjoyable to make your own rules. I remember back in the day, my brother and I would play basketball, and my brother would always make the rules. Every time. It didn't matter what we were doing, my brother would always make the rules, okay? So I'm an adult now. I don't live with my brother anymore. This is my channel, so I get to make my own rules, okay? That's the deal. That's how this goes, and I am making the rules. So there you go, guys. That is, whoops, I forgot one. That is the Knives Fast budget knives of 2024. Excuse me, budget knives of the year for 2024. What do you guys think? What would you have included that I did not include? What would you not include that I did include? What do you think of what I chose? Let me know down below, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up and a comment. And of course, Make sure you're subscribed, hit that notification bell. And guys, I truly appreciate you. Hope you have a very blessed and awesome new year in 2025. And thank you for watching the Knives Fast channel.